Good morning, students. We can start our moral science class, chapter 2, decision making. And the Mark Twain, he is quoting or he is saying, good decisions comes from experience. Experience comes from making bad decisions. The good decisions, it is coming from where? From the experience. What are the experience we are having? From the experience we can make the good decisions. So the good decisions, it is comes from experience, and experience comes from making bad decision. What are the bad decision we are taking or it is getting in our life? From there the experience are coming. From the bad decision we are getting the experience. So the good decisions comes from experience. Experience comes from making bad decision. And we can see what is the decision. In our day-to-day life, we all are taking the decision, yes or no, the small decision or the tough decision, all the decisions we are taking. And from the morning when we are getting up from the bed and when we are going back to the bed, that times and all we are taking the decisions in our life. The small decisions like when we are getting up, if we are brushing our teeth, and when we are going to the school, the same road, these all the decisions you are taking, the small decisions. And the complex things, it is if you want to change your jobs or if you want to change your school, these are the complex things we are taking or we are facing. And we can see here, when making decisions, we go through a set of thinking and other conscious or subconscious process. And when we are making the decision, we have to think. We are thinking a lot, and we are going to the process. We are going to the conscious or subconscious process. And if you want to take the decision, what we have to do? We have to think a lot. Then only we can take the good decisions. And we can see here, we can see the rational decisions or the tough decisions and the small decisions are there. For the rational decision, the rational means it is not coming from the emotion while thinking or reasoning. From there what we are taking the decisions, that is called the rational decision. While thinking or reasoning, when we are taking the decision, that is the rational decision. And we can see here some steps are here for the taking the decision. Steps of making a rational decisions. First one is survey the situation. You have to survey the situation, or you have to see the situations. What are the situation or the problems? First we have to survey the situation, and second, specify the problem. We have to specify or we have to focus the problem. First we have to survey the situation or the problem. After we have to specify the problem and identify a series of alternative options to tackle the problem. After that what we have to do? We have to identify a series of alternative options. We have to make the many options and evaluate the alternatives, and we have to evaluate. We have to think that if I will do like this and if I will do like this, what will happen? Like that we have to evaluate the problem. Choose one and apply it. After evaluating, what we have to do? We have to select only one problem or only one reason or only one we have to select, and we have to apply it. And monitor the outcome and adjust actions according to the feedback. When we take the feedbacks on all, after that according to the feedback we have to take the actions. And if the solution works, move into the next problem. If not, go back to the beginning. If the solution it is working, what we have to do? We have to move to the next problem. And if it is not working, what we have to do? Again we have to go from the beginning. These are the steps we have to do, or we have to make the rational decision. And now let's see here. Now look at how these steps might be applied in a complex situation to make a decision. Now how we are applying these steps to a situation, that we can see now. A group of children were playing near two railway tracks. A group of children, where they are playing? They are playing in the near to the two railway tracks, and one still used while the other disused. One track is using, or the trains are going through that track, and other one is disused or not using. Only one child played on the disused track, the rest on the working track. Then only one child where he is playing in the disused track, and others are playing in the used track. In the picture you can see the two railway tracks are there, and one is used railway track and other one is disuse, and the only one child he is standing and playing in the disused railway track, and others are playing in the used railway track. The train is coming and you are just beside the track interchange, and now the train is coming where? Through the used railway track the train is coming, and you are standing where? The track interchange, and you can make the train change its course to the disused track and save most of the kids. And it is saying that you can, now you are standing in the track interchange, and you can change the train to disused track, because the used track there the children, many children they were playing. If you will change the track into disused railway track, what will happen? Only one child he is playing there. However, that would also mean the lone child playing by the disused track would be sacrificed. Or would you rather let the train go its way? And if you are changing the train into the disused railway track, what will happen? The one boy, one who is standing there, he have to sacrifice his life, and what you will do? Let's take a pause to think what kind of decision we would make, and we can think that what decision we may take in that situation, in that time, what decisions we are taking. Most people might choose to divert the course of the train and sacrifice only one child. And most of the people, what they will do, they will think that only one child can die, or one child can sacrifice more than other children. You might think the same way. Then we also think the same way. When we are changing the train into disused track, what will happen? Only one child can sacrifice his life. Otherwise, if the train it is going its own way, what will happen? Only the children, those children or those kids they were playing, all have to sacrifice their life. Then the same way we also will think to change the train into disused track. To save most of the children at the expense of only one child is a rational decision most people would make, morally and emotionally. Then most of the people, they will think or they will do the same way to sacrifice only one child more than other kids. But have you ever thought that the child choosing to play on the disused track had a fact made the right decision to play at the safe place? We won't think that the one who selected to play in the disused track, he took the right decision and he was playing. Nevertheless, he had to be sacrificed because of his ignorant friends who chose to play where the danger was. And he have to, one who is doing the good or one who is in the right path, he have to sacrifice because of his friends, those who selected the ignorance, and those who are the ignorance friends. Because of them, the one who is standing and doing the right decision, he have to sacrifice his life. This kind of dilemma happens around us every day. This type of things, it is happening around us every day. In the school, community, in politics, and especially in a democratic society, the minority is often sacrificed for the interest of the majority, no matter how foolish or ignorant the majority are, and how far seeing the knowledgeable the minority are. Then listen here. In our society and the school and everywhere, it is happening now also. We have to sacrifice our life because of the majority. The minority, if maybe they are thinking the good things or good, they are taking the good decision, but the majority, what they are doing, we have to follow that and we have to sacrifice our life. And here we can see the child who chose not to play with the rest on the operational track was sidelined, and if he was sacrificed, no one could shed a tear for him. And one who selected to play in the disused track, he took the good decision, or he is doing the right path, and no one shed the tear for him if he will sacrifice his life. And the great critic Leo Welski-Julian, who told the story, said, would not try to change the course of the train because he believed that the kids playing on the operational track should have known very well that track was still in use and that they should have run away if they heard the train's sirens. And the one who is saying this story, he is saying that if he is there, he could not change the train, because what the children, those who are playing there, they know that this is the used track, the train will come, this all they know. And when they will hear the train's siren, they can run away from there. Because so the one who saying the story, he is saying that he won't change the train. If the train was diverted, that lone child would definitely die, because he never thought the train could come over that track. And if we are changing the train, the one who is playing in the disused track, he will die. And he is never thinking that the train will come in that way. Moreover, that track was not in use, probably because it was not safe. And why the track it is not using? It is not safe, so the track is not using. If the train was diverted to the track, we could put the lives of all passengers on board at stake. And in your attempt to serve a few kids by sacrificing one child, you might end up sacrificing hundreds of people to save these few ignorant kids. And what we are doing, if you are changing the train, and we told that the disused track may be something problem, it is there or it is not safe, that is why it is not using. If you are changing the train into disused track, what will happen? Instead of the some kids, the all those who are traveling in that train, hundred of people, they have to sacrifice their life. So it is not easy to change the train. While we are all aware that life is full of tough decisions that need to be made, we may not realize that hasty decisions may not always be the right one. And in our life, we are taking many tough decisions and all, and the hasty means it is a fastly what all the decisions we are taking, it is not right one. What all the hasty decisions we are taking, it is not the right one. Maybe if fastly we are taking the decision, it will happen, or if we are without thinking anything we are taking the decision, it may get the wrong path. So we have to think many times before taking a decision. We have to think many times, and we have to take the proper decision to go in our life smoothly. So what we have to do, we have to think many times, or we have to think, or we have to go through these all steps, and we have to realize the problem, and we have to take a good decisions in our life. Thank you all of you.